Hello and welcome to the trade setup. In this video we are looking at Teva Pharmaceutical. This was a stock analysis request from one of the followers, and I wanted to let you know that anyone can make these requests and I will most likely cover them, especially if there is an actionable trade setup to follow. Now in the case of this chart, I am mainly tracking a larger structure here in a wave 1. Now this could be in a diagonal pattern, it could even work out as an impulse. It is not the most clear-cut structure, but it still is something that I believe we can work with, and in that scenario I would be looking for a general correction here in a wave 2 in the area between the $4.9 level all the way down to the 28-cent level, and as long as we hold the 78.6% retracement, we can still look for a third wave to develop here to the upside. Now I'm not giving a time frame for such a pattern, and I'm not even certain that this wave 2 has actually completed, since we haven't yet reached the support zone for such a wave 2. And yeah, regarding the time frame, honestly, based on how long this entire structure took, we could see the pattern here in a wave 3 that we would really expect in this area to develop over many years, probably even, not necessarily probably, but yeah, could be even decades before we actually reach here a target for a wave 3. And that's considering, or that's not even considering that yet this wave 2 may still extend. Now I have been searching for different patterns that we could track and would allow a more closer bottom, and yeah, considering that, I have been looking here at a possible 1 2 1 2 pattern, possibly another 1 2 here, then a 1 2, and then this would need to be a large 1 2 pattern, and in that case, to the upside, I may see a more possible bottom in this case, and I see to the upside the possibility to start the actual wave 3. And in that case, I would be looking for such a wave 2 support zone in the area between the $20.6 level all the way down to the $5.5 level. Now, none of these levels, none of the exact support levels have provided very significant resistance, or sorry, support. Maybe the 50% retracement here, where we did wick below it and then recovered pretty swiftly, but other than that, really nothing too significant. And then, yeah, I have to say, it's not my preferred interpretation of the structure. It is quite fragile, and it doesn't, yeah, the internal subwaves don't fit so well within this structure, so I much rather prefer the interpretation that we have a large wave 1 to the upside in this area. Now, I don't think it is worth it to go through the entire structure here in the wave 1 to the structure internals. I could see a diagonal structure working out, I could see even an impulse working out, but the idea is that, yeah, in neither of those cases have we actually reached the support zone for a larger wave 2, so right now I am preferring still further continuation in this area, and in such a case I would be looking at an A, B, C pattern that could still develop. Honestly, it is the possible that, yeah, this wave B has already topped and that we could be in the C wave to the downside. We will explore that interpretation, that possibility as well, but we have a general area of resistance for this wave B in the area between the $15.7 level all the way up to the $42.8 level, and as long as we stay below the 78.6% retracement, I am still favoring another low in this area personally, and that is mainly due to the fact that, yeah, we haven't reached the support zone, and we most likely do, or not necessarily in this case. If the count is correct, we usually do reach the support zone, and yeah, for wave 2, especially if it is not something within a very impulsive third wave to the upside. In those cases, especially in the smaller time frame, the corrections often are very shallow and don't actually reach the support zone. It does happen, but this is not such a structure. So yeah, I am expecting still another low in this area. And besides that, I can even count this initial A wave to the downside as a 5-wave structure, which could suggest further continuation, but it is nothing too significant because I could also consider this an ABC movement that has occurred in the end. Now, internally, within this wave B, I am looking for an ABC pattern to develop, and many ways that this could unfold. And in fact, yeah, I do have quite a number on this pattern that I could track. So I have the A wave here. That is the case in all of the ways we could consider this movement. We could see this movement develop. But then this wave B could be here, and then in that case I would be looking at a 1, 2, 1, 2, and then here a third wave up, a fourth wave down, and then a fifth wave to the upside. For such a pattern, I am looking still for a few more, so for this 4-5 pattern to complete, and then another 4-5 pattern to complete the entire structure within the wave C. And we did hold here the 50% retracement for a correction in the wave 4. So yeah, I am expecting pretty direct upside continuation in this area, and I may even add here something like a 1, 2, 3, 4th, and the 5th. And in that case, we can track this as the blue interpretation. And then we also have within the larger scenario here in white in the ABC pattern within the wave B, the possibility that this is the wave B bottom. In that case, we could see just one more top, and then boom, we start the C wave to the downside. And yeah, in this case, we have an A, B, C correction that has occurred here in the internal wave B. And yeah, we are looking for one last high in this area, in this fifth wave to the upside. And other than this, we do also have the possibility to track this structure as a triangle within the wave B. In that case, this could be an A, B, C, D, E pattern. And then in the wave C to the upside, we have a 1, 2, 3, 4th, 5th, wave B complete, and we are already headed in the wave C to the downside. Now, this interpretation, this structure, we can track in, let's say, let's pick a scenario where here we have, actually we probably need a different color entirely here, so this would be the orange scenario, and in the blue scenario we track the general A, B, C structure here. And in that case, within this orange scenario, I would actually consider a top, and I would be looking for a 1-2 setup to the downside that would be occurring in this very moment. And I have to say, it is a very high risk that this is the case, because internally here, within this wave 1 to the downside that we have here in orange, I have a 5-wave structure that has occurred. And yet the risk is actually still quite high that to the upside we have formed only an ABC structure. We did probably reach the top of the support, or sorry, the top of the resistance area. And if we check, yeah, we broke briefly above the 78.6% retracement, and not even so briefly. So that is a good sign that we may still push higher here within the blue scenario, where yeah, we still have this fifth wave to build up. And in that case, I would expect something like a 1-2, or probably like a 1-2, and then an A-B structure to develop here, and from here to start a C wave to the upside, because it seems that yeah, this fifth wave to the upside may develop as an ending diagonal. Not entirely clear. I can still see it developing as an impulse, but at this point, with this series of structures, I find it a bit hard to believe, because if we actually build a 1-2, 1-2 here, this third wave may exceed even what we have built here, and this would end up being another 1-2 setup instead. And yeah, here that could mean that actually we have bottomed here in this larger structure before even reaching the support zone area, and that is not currently too likely. It is open for debate. It is acceptable, but honestly, it's about the probabilities. This is what we track here on the channel, and I find it unlikely personally. So yeah, for now, as long as we don't break above the beginning of this wave 1, there still is a risk that we are in the orange scenario, where we could be heading already to the downside in this wave 3. But for now, we also have the support zone that could still allow for continuation higher here in the blue scenario. And I won't use this larger support zone. I will instead focus on this ABC structure that could still follow higher. And yeah, we can even track here ABC, and we have here support for such a wave B in the area between the $18.3 level all the way down to the $16 level at the 78.6% retracement. And for now, there really isn't much else to add. It's good for the chart, for the bullish case, that we broke above the resistance, but it still hasn't invalidated that scenario, so please be careful. And yeah, these are the levels. This is the trade setup. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, don't forget to subscribe and let me know what else you want me to cover, and I'll do my best to do that in the days and weeks ahead. And until then, I hope you have a nice day, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye bye.